IP address is going to be 191, sorry, 191.1.101.1, no shut, and exit. And let's do a ping 191.1.1.101.2. All right, we are in config mode, so do ping. Typo. Yes, we can ping. Right, then let's configure our MPLS router. Enable and config D, interface, Ethernet 0/3, and no switch port. IP address is going to be 192.168.101.1, then subnet. Ping 192.168.101.2. Right, we can ping. So we have the connectivity between these three routers. Okay, now let's configure this side of interfaces. So we are on MPLS router. So let's configure first this interface 0/2. 2 and no switch port. IP address is going to be this network here, 192.168.103, 192.168.103. This is going to be 2. This is a 1, then 255. Right, no shut. Okay, we cannot do ping because I have not configured these edge device to check this ping. So once I configure this, then we can check this connectivity. I'm just going to configure the interfaces on this side of the routers for MPLS and uh, internet. Right. So now I'm gonna quickly do all of these configuration. Simply, I'm just configuring these interfaces, and then once I start configuring these controllers and these edges, then I'll start the video again. Right, gentlemen, I have configured all of these interfaces. Uh, so now we have all of these interfaces configured, and these connectivity we have established already checked. So if I quickly show you these interfaces, so show IP interface brief, and if I select exclude unassigned, right, so that we just, okay, so this is it 0/0. 0/0 is our this interface. Okay, right, so it's 0/0 is our 105. It's 105 connected to this, the 105 network. Then 801 is 104. 801 is 104. 802 is 103. 103, 802, and then 80. Right, so these are four interfaces we have configured. And we should have another interface, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. We should have 5 interfaces. Okay, let's check that which interface is missing. So this interface ETH1/1 is missing, that we have not assigned. So we need to assign a network to this. Let's assign a network quickly. If we just copy this. Right, so let's now configure. I have labeled all of these networks. So let's okay, so this interface is our configure T and interface ETH1/1 and no switch port. IP address is going to be our 192.168.106.1. No shut. Save the config and once again show apparel. Right, so now all of these interfaces are configured, and let's check our ISP router. I think the same config is missing from the ISP router for the new interface. Let's quickly configure this. Enable config T interface Ethernet 1/1/1, no switch port. IP address is going to be 191.1.106.1. No shut. Save config and then show IP interface brief and exclude unassigned. Right, so these all are the interfaces now configured. All right, so I have configured one more interface here. Let's see what interface is this one. Okay, so this is just a loopback I've configured for. I'll tell you later what need is for this loopback. All right, so now our basic interfaces are configured. Now let's move on to these controllers. We have not seen so far the controllers. We remember we turn them on, so it's been a while now since they are running. I hope they are now fully booted. Let's check vBond. Okay, right. Okay, the system is ready. This is the message you will see. This is the good sign. The system is ready now, and the default password is admin, and then the password again is admin. The very first time it will ask you to change the password, so you have to change the password the very first time you will start uh, running this vBond. Meanwhile it comes up, let's go to vSmart. This is also a good message. Message is system ready. Okay, admin, and then password is going to be again admin. Right. Okay, it's still doing its, okay, password is wrong. Admin. Okay, yes, so you can see the admin connected from this console, set the initial main password. So main password is going to be, again, I'm gonna put the same password just for simplicity, admin, and repeat admin. Right, so it's gonna now take a few minutes to. All right, so this is our system. Let's see. Okay, login. All right, so here we can see the version I'm using is 20.9. So my vManager is version 20.9. Let's check our vSmart is 26 and vBond is 26. All right, okay. So the management I'm using is the one the higher version than the be no issue. Okay, so let's log into our vManage and do the initial configuration that we need to do the once the vManager starts the very first time. I think once we do this initial configuration, it's still gonna take a while, 10 to 15 or maybe half an hour to get this image because it's gonna install the remaining process and okay, so admin is the password or login name and admin is the password. Meanwhile, let's check our vBond. Right. So vManage is asking for password. So I've set it up the same password, admin. Right. So very first time when you will start install this vManage, it will ask you to select from these personas. So you need to select one of these personas. So I'm going to select. We need to select actually number one, compute and data. Select number one and yes, confirm. The second, it will ask us to select the available storage. All right, so over here, once I need to mention one thing that once you install the image of vManage into the Eve, so in the same directory where you copy the image, there you need to create another separate additional hard drive for at least 100 to 200 GB. You can see I have created this 200 GB hard drive. So if you have not created, you will not see this over here. So so we need to actually create this hard drive, the VDB hard drive. Uh, and how to create that, I have created another video. You can check my video how to install uh, these controllers images into Eve and how to create this drive. So I'm going to choose one here to select the drive. Now it's going to do the further installation. Actually, now it's going to install the vManage. Uh, so before, what we did when we once we start, it just boots up, and the very first time when we uh, start this, and the very first time when it boots, we need to do these initial setups where we have to select the persona and the hard drive, and now it's doing its installation. And once this installation is complete, it will reboot and log us out, and then we have to re-log in back with the username and the password that we have changed. But for vSmart and vBond, we don't need to do anything. Once it start, initial is just to change the password, and then once you're done, you are here at the prompt. And then further, we all the network configuration, we're gonna do it shortly once our vManage is installed. So I'm gonna pause the video now and join you back once my vManage is ready. Meanwhile, the vManage is getting ready. So let me just give you some idea of the topology for the controllers. We can see over these controllers, they have two interfaces. One interface is connected to our this uh, transport network. So this is the transport network, and the other interfaces or of these controllers, they are connected to the management network. So this is my management network through where I'm going to manage these controllers. So once we configure, we're going to configure these all of these interfaces into the VPN 0. So this is going to be VPN 0 config under the VPN 0, this interface, and this interface is gonna be connecting all of these vEdges uh, via this network, the Underlay network. So once they come on and ready, I'm going to configure their interfaces uh, VPN 0 as a transport VPN, and then the VPN 512, which is the management VPN, as the management VPN for. So all of these interfaces going to be the part of the management VPN, and then via management network, I'm going to manage these from my this host PC, which is actually hosting all these uh, the PNET lab. You can see over here I'm using this 10.100.0.145 network. This is my management network, and all of these controllers I'm gonna put them on this same network, management network. And over here I have Active Directory as well. So once we configure this basic configuration, then to onboard all of these devices, we need to have a CA for the certificates, because all of these devices, they they need to have a root CA certificate to authenticate each other to build actually this overlay fabric. So I will show you how to do that all step by step. So let's first check that if our vManage is installed. Uh, so this is our vManage. Okay, let's enter. No, it's not responding. So it's still working. It's still doing its work. Let's go and do this configuration for the vBond and the vSmart.